All across Scotland, we feel the impact of the horrors that the First and Second World Wars imposed upon the planet. Even in wars that we had very little involvement in or that were very far away, we understand the loss and the devastation that they have caused. But in Scotland, there's a forgotten war. It was just as destructive as Vietnam and had British involvement, and yet not many of us know much about it. But it isn't forgotten here in West Lothian, at Scotland's only Korean War memorial. In 1950, when North Korean troops crossed the border, started the war and occupied much of South Korea, it prompted a UN intervention led by the United States. The UK joined the task force, and so for the second time in just 5 years, British troops were sent to fight in a major war. And so over the course of 3 years, 100,000 British personnel were sent to Korea, many of whom were doing their mandatory national service. What they were met with was fierce fighting, total destruction and death. What they faced was akin to the experience that millions of Allied soldiers had witnessed at Normandy, Dunkirk, the Ardennes and the Pacific Theatre. But when veterans from Korea returned home, they found it very difficult to talk about the conflict. For a lot of people in Britain, Korea was just a smaller war. Fewer people had gone to fight, fewer had died than in Second World War. And in the wake of that terrible conflict, many people justifiably felt that this country had seen and participated in too much war and too much violence. Because of these reasons, many veterans felt like their experiences didn't matter and so went completely quiet as much of Britain forgot. And across the UK, you won't see a lot dedicated to Britain's Korean veterans, and until 2000, you would have seen nothing in Scotland. That was when this place was opened by the British Korean Veterans Association as a tribute to their fallen comrades on the 50th anniversary on the outbreak of the war. The garden is an arboretum of 1,114 Scottish trees, one for every British soldier who died in the fighting, alongside 110 Korean firs, and its pagoda is surrounded by two mounds in the shape of the yin and yang of the Korean flag. It's not a plaque on a wall or a statue in a city, but a beautiful and flourishing garden, full of the peace and the tranquility that many people gave their lives to create for others. It's a fitting tribute. That doesn't bring back the dead or repair the damage and division caused by the war, but it does correct an injustice by ensuring that the war and the men who died fighting in it aren't forgotten about. It's a beautiful place. It's somewhere we can walk, remember, reflect and ponder, but crucially somewhere we can consider the horrors of war and the need to create a more stable and peaceful world.